All right. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the graduation of the Mount Everett class of 2023. First, I would like to thank all of you for your support here today. None of us would be here if it weren't for all of your sacrifices. And boy, are there a lot of you. It's good to see all of Sheffield out in support today. Definitely helps that we're all family, so big achievement nonetheless, though. Some of you might be thinking it's really hard to come up on the stage and speak to so many people, but the way I see it is it can't be that much harder than calculus. Thank you. And I may seem perfect, but I also make mistakes. So I'll try to keep this short and sweet so I don't end up like President William Henry Harrison. So shout out to the 5 people here who understood that reference, my history teachers. Thank you. But don't worry, I'll get on with it now. Now, I could tell you all about the long laundry list of mistakes that I have made. Instead, I'll tell you about one of my brother's mistakes. Making toast might seem like an easy task to many of you, but sometimes things don't always go as planned. One day, my brother Jack was hungry. He decided to make toast. As many of you parents can understand, Jack, being a member of Gen Z, spends a lot of time on his phone. It's pretty easy for people our age to get sucked in by our devices like Jack did. So he walks away from the toaster, on his phone, waiting for his toast. I think you can see where this is going. Eventually, I go into the kitchen and smell something a little funny. Toaster burst with flames, never to toast again. But where did he go wrong? Some of you might be quick to blame TikTok, but joke's on you, TikTok wasn't out yet. And besides, he was only 16 when he set the toaster on fire. Like, geez, he's only old enough to operate a motor vehicle. We can't expect him to make toast. But I digress. His cell phone wasn't the reason he torched the toaster. His mistake was being human. Humans have been getting carried away since the dawn of time. I'll also tell you about the mistake made by one of my friends. And to maintain their anonymity, which I recently found out is not what Nemo calls home, for this example, we shall call them Daniel, Ron, Ruben. Some years ago, Daniel went to move their sister's car. Daniel hadn't driven a car before, so it was new to them. And when trying something new, we are bound to fail. Like my dear friend and completely different person, Nathaniel Von Ruden, said, in his senior quote, you either win or you learn, which is true. Daniel had a lot of learning to do. Daniel drove their sister's car onto a tree stump, so for all my visual learners out there, I will now demonstrate with my cap. This is the car. As you can see, there is now something under the car. That would be the tree stump. And all 4 tires not touching the ground. It's completely I don't need that test one. So, with all 4 tires in the air, Daniel had made a big mistake. Since the accident, Daniel has stated that there was a 50-50 chance of stumping that car, as there is the gas and there is the brake. But Daniel ultimately learned from this mishap, not only which pedal is which, but also to not let their mistakes define them. It is extremely important to not let your mistakes define you. If we did, Jack would be known as the toaster of toasters, or Daniel as evil Catrible. At the end of the day, our growth is much more valuable than a toaster, and none of us are above making mistakes. To err is human, so why do we try to appear perfect? Why do we act like we aren't capable of making a mistake? By wearing a mask and hiding our mistakes, we only burden our souls. We can learn to overcome our mistakes and not cover them up. We can lead happier and more knowledgeable lives. We are bound to fail countless times in our lives, but people don't remember the many small shortcomings. They remember the triumphs. So my challenge to all of you is to fail. fail and fail again. Prove that you have the strength to get back up. And remember what the amazing Billy Joel once sang, don't be afraid to try again. To wrap this whole thing up, I will leave you with a quote from the great Alex Izett. Like the great Seward-Dailey once said, roll birds. Thank you.